I have an employee who always clocks out 5 minutes early. Here's why it's so important that people are calling out how problematic this boss is. BuzzFeed. Any boss who thinks the hours worked are more important than the work done should revert to sweeping the shop. Below are your comments. At my old office, we had a problem for a while of lots of folks arriving later than our start time of 8 a.m. Once day, the CEO's executive assistant was standing at the reception desk with a notepad and I didn't think much of it. I'd arrived on time. A couple of hours later, we got an email naming all the employees who'd arrived before 8 a.m. It called them to the conference room, where we had our selection of electronics and other cool stuff to choose from. Instead of punishing those who were late, they rewarded employees who were on time. It worked. They did it again a month later and many more employees got new toys that day. I had the reverse problem with a manager once. I was always in 5 to 10 minutes early and started on time while also leaving directly at quitting time. One day they asked me why I never stayed late and my reply was that I, unlike them, was always on time. Me instead of 30 minutes late every day and worked 2.5 hours more than they did each week during work hours and that I didn't use the phone for somewhere between 30 minutes to 1. Years ago, I was made manager of a small department of people who did a very specific job that was NLY tangentially related to what I did. Basically, I was installed as a babysitter because the three didn't get along and didn't work together well, but nobody else could do what they did. Two of these people would give very long time frames for any assigned work and were never short on reasons why things took so much longer than one would expect. The other guy finished everything much earlier than expected, accurately and without excuses. He was assigned more work than the other two combined and would ask me for more work because he would get bored. I started sending him home at 3 p.m. every day so long as his work was done and only asked that he not flaunt the privilege in front of others. His peers worked out of another office and didn't cooperate with one another so they never knew. Nobody else ever missed him because they were getting what they needed from him. I didn't really have the authority to grant him a 32-hour workweek, but I wasn't getting paid any extra money to manage these people either. And the other two were work to manage. So I figured if anyone had a problem with it, they could demote me. I manage 2 employees in my department. I tell them, life happens. As long as they are in the office by at least 9 and get their work done, I don't care if they leave a little early, take a day off or work remote. If I feel their work is slipping, we discuss the issue together, figure out the problem and fix it. No need to micromanage or make another adult feel small. Especially if they work hard and produce what is expected. When I worked at Meijer, they regularly asked me to stay 30 minutes to 2 hours over to cover those who did not show up for the shift after mine, so they could make phone calls and try to get someone in. I didn't mind staying. But one day they said I was 15 minutes late, which was impossible. Then they whipped out a log saying I was 1 minute late clocking in here, 2 minutes late there, which they added up to 15 minutes for the week. I said, but I stayed several hours over my scheduled time each time. The time clock pays up to the minute prorated. They still wrote me up and I quit. They expect grace from me, but I don't get the same. Bye. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.